Greg Gutfeld from Fox News actually said something reasonable. If you don't believe me, take a look at the video.
Is there a backlash against them because of their Christian values?
No, there's a backlash against them because they have a sick son who molested maybe his siblings and was protected by it. That's why. In the context, this is confession for some people is a way out of heinous activity. Sick creeps are saying, like, I have been forgiven, and therefore, isn't that enough? I have suffered. They're using religion as a shield, and that's disgusting. To me, that's disgusting.
Well, hold on. Mike Huckabee says, as he's running for president, he says, there's an insensitive bloodthirst. That's a quote from candidate Huckabee saying, and that the critics are dredging up sins from long ago to somehow lambaste and unfairly lambaste the Duggars.
Yeah, I guess, though, when you put the entire family on TV, that is bound to happen. But I wonder if Josh were a member of CARE, would forgiveness by Huckabee or anybody else be as discussed like this? If the Duggars weren't part of a religious team that you belong to, would you be as sympathetic? A criminal who exalts an organized religion that you belong to will be treated better than a criminal that is not part of your religious group. So if I were to commit a crime, because I'm not religious, I would be seen less sympathetic as a Duggar doing a more heinous crime because he's part of your religious team. That's wrong.
So I've got to give a couple of shout-outs here to Fox people, of all things. Juan Williams gets a shout-out for the Christmas time tie when it's not Christmas time.
I didn't even see.
Did you see? It wasn't like a Santa or something, but that was a red and green. I was like, okay, you got me in the Christmas spirit, Juan. But really, of course, the substance of this is Greg Gutfeld for the win. Who saw that coming?
I can't believe that he's pointing out the hypocrisy that conservatives are obviously guilty of, but Fox News has been guilty of as well. I think that was ballsy on his part, and I didn't realize that he was non-religious. I don't know if he identifies as agnostic or atheist, but I was always under the assumption, because he works at Fox and because he has had some conservative commentary, that he was religious, but no.
Yeah, I think I knew that Gutfeld was non-religious, but he doesn't talk much about it on Fox News for understandable reasons. But see, there's a slight Christmas tie right there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It makes you want to get a candy cane and open presents. Or as my kids would say, presents.
I think that tie is actually unfortunate, whether it's Christmas time or not.
I like it. Juan, not guilty. Okay, so he doesn't talk about it much, but here he got up in their grill a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
And he's absolutely right. If that was, CARE is, of course, a Muslim American group, right, that cares about civil rights for Muslims in the U.S., oh, can you imagine if it was a Muslim family and a prominent Muslim family, and you found out that the kid had been molesting the sisters? You'd have Fox News singing a completely different tune. Or if they were just non-religious. And Gutfeld's further right that the non-religious don't have anybody to back them, right? But if the Christian does something wrong, Team Christian rushes in, right? And also for the other religions to some degree. I mean, Muslims are such a minority here in the U.S., but if a Muslim does something wrong, sometimes other Muslims come in and try to defend. Although they're so traumatized in the country, they usually throw them overboard. Like, no, we're not with him, we're not with him. Right? It's probably the right thing to do anyway. So, bless his heart. The other thing I liked was that he kind of cowed the rest of the panel. If you notice, the rest of the panel was like...
Kimberly Guilfoyle wasn't even part of that discussion. Like, she was reading a piece of paper the entire time.
Like, they had their head down, like, oh, he just spanked us, and he's kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and... nice job. Gutfeld's not a guy I agree with almost ever.
I agree. In fact, one of the first times I made news was when I told him to fuck off. So,
good for you.
Good for me. But anyway, the one thing that I also want to really point out, emphasize, is how he talked about how religion will allow you to sin, and then all you have to do is say that you apologize for your sins, and then it's okay. Everything's all right. I hate that, right? I'm not saying that you should be punished for the rest of your life for a so-called sin, but you can't do things like sexually assault, molest, rape people, right? And then say, oh, well, I asked God for forgiveness, so therefore I'm okay now. No, it doesn't work that way.
Well, of course, and more so what we've been talking about a lot in regards to the Duggars, the hypocrisy is what drives us crazy. Because on the one hand, they're super judgmental of others. you have a lifestyle they don't agree with, whether it's loving, consensual, they don't care. Judge, 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 judge. Oh, you're topless, judge, judge, judge. You had premarital sex, judge, judge, judge. Everything is judge, judge, judge when it comes to you. When it comes to them, oh, I've done something heinous. It's okay, I confess. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Gone. All my sins washed away in 1 second flat. I get to do whatever I want, and I just tell a little confession, and Jesus is on my side. You do anything we don't like, we're going to judge you for the rest of your life.
Well, good for Greg Gutfeld. I absolutely love that.